The Navy sailor accused of setting fire to the USS Bonhomme Richard appeared before a judge in military court today.
An Article 32 hearing, which is the same as a preliminary hearing, started today. 20-year-old Seaman Ryan Mays faces 2 charges related to that massive fire.
News 8's Kelly Hessedal spent the day in the courtroom and joins us live now to explain what happened in court. Kelly?
Yeah, and even though this is a preliminary hearing, we definitely got a glimpse of the argument on both sides today. Now, cameras are not allowed inside the courtroom, but we do have some video to show you of Seaman Ryan Mays going into court today. Take a look. The 20-year-old faces charges of aggravated arson as well as willful hazarding of a vessel. So he's accused of maliciously setting the USS Bonhomme Richard on fire, knowing people could have been hurt. Now, most of the day was spent questioning the prosecution's first witness, an ATF fire and arson investigator who put together a report on this fire. It appears prosecutors are painting Mays as someone who was disgruntled and upset at the Navy, who dropped out of training for the Navy SEALs. They say a witness saw Mays leaving the Lower V area where the fire broke out just minutes before the fire started back in July of 2020. Meanwhile, defense attorneys argued Seaman Mays is a victim set up by his shipmates who didn't like him, who thought he was arrogant and cocky. They tried to poke holes in that eyewitness's statement, and they also pointed to another, now former sailor, who was identified as a potential person of interest, who was also disgruntled and upset at the Navy, who they say could have committed the crime. Now, defense attorneys argue Mays' DNA and fingerprints were never found at the crime scene. However, that ATF investigator who was on the stand today says DNA can be hard to determine from a scene where a fire is at. Heather and Marcella.
Year and a half. There must be an incredible amount of evidence and information gathered.
Absolutely. They were talking today about 28,000 pages of discovery, hundreds of interviews, just terabytes of information. So should this case ever go to trial, there is certainly a lot of evidence that they're going to have to go through.
All right, Kelly Hessedal reporting live. An update on the USS Bonhomme Richard and the suspect that is being prosecuted.